Hi students, I think you are safe and fine and enjoying the classes, listening the videos carefully. You know that as I sent you the notes also, that belongs to 10 marks questions, and 10 marks questions of first chapter is completed. Tomorrow I am going to send you the 5 marks questions. So here take them, write in a neatly in a notes and verify them and check them, read them. If you come across any doubt, you can contact regarding that notes also. You know that we are discussing the topic of rights and duties. Up to this class, in our earlier classes, we discussed the meanings of rights, definition of rights and classification of rights. As I told you, rights classification is broadly divided into 3 types: natural right, moral rights and legal rights. Again, these legal rights are divided into 3 types: civil rights, political rights and economic rights. So just I think already you have underwent through that video. Try to understand it. Don't get confused if the same right repeated in one or more places as example. Like that, today we are going to discuss about the safeguards of rights. It is your next topic, safeguards of rights. Here first you should understand the meaning of the safeguards. We know that there will be rights, those are provided by the governments. But if there is rights are there, it is okay. If they are not protected, or not safeguarded, the individual may not be utilize them. So that not only provision of rights, but also they should be protected or safeguarded by the laws of the country. So whenever they are safeguarded, protected, automatically they are enjoyed by the individuals. So that only few safeguards are necessary. What are those safeguards? How they are safeguarded? What are the essential conditions for safeguarding such rights? We are going to in this topic discuss in this topic. Everything is to be safeguarded. I think you should understood. Whenever any computer is there, generally viruses are going to appear that may destroy our computer. So that for the efficiency increment of our computer or protection of our system, we may remove such virus. In this way, to protect our rights also, few laws are provided. Those should be called as the safeguards. And what are those safeguards? We are going to discuss. The first one is the democratic rule. You know that generally governments are democratic government and dictatorship governments. You know that in democratic government, the authority is rested in the hands of the people. They will be provided with more freedom and all the rights of the people and all the aspects of the people are generally provided with the support with the constitution and legal. Because of such constitutional and legal provisions, the democratic rule can provide rights to the people to more extent if we compare with the dictatorship. You know that under the dictatorship rule, the people may not have that much of freedoms. Always they have responsibilities only. They have to act as the slaves as opposite to the democratic rule. So whenever we compare that these two types of governments, the democratic government or democratic rule provide more freedoms, protect more freedoms of the individual with the support of constitution and special enacted laws. And here special enacted laws. This is the spelling. And the next aspect is written and rigid constitution. Here you have to consider two things. One is the written and the second one is the rigid. What is written? You know that the aspect or meaning of the written constitution means the constitution is in written form, one document, in the form of one document. For example, if you take Indian constitution is the written document, whereas the unwritten constitution means that is not in a written form. This is the quite difference between the unwritten constitution and written constitution. For unwritten constitution, best example is the Britain. Whereas for written constitution, India is the best example. Whenever the constitution is in a written form, there is a in detail description will be there. Not only that, that constitution clearly gives explains the aspects and limitations of the government also, up to what extent the government can go. Such type of in detail explanation will be there in the written constitution, so that there is a chance there for the safeguarding of the rights of the people. Not only that, the next aspect in this point is the rigid constitution. What is the meaning of rigid constitution? If the amendment process is hard, then such constitution is generally calling as the rigid constitution. Again, you may get doubted about what is the meaning of amendment process. Amendment means inclusion or exclusion of law. Inclusion or exclusion of law. You know that our laws are since olden days in our constitution, so that according to the existing changes, we are going to exclude few laws, include few new laws. This total process is nothing but calling as the process of amendment. If such process of amendment is hard, then such constitution is nothing but calling as the rigid constitution. If such process of amendment is easy, then we may call it as the flexible constitution. So this is another topic we will discuss under the topic of the constitution. First we try to understand the meaning that what is rigid constitution. Rigid constitution is a constitution where the process of amendment is become hard. If such rigid constitution is there, that is not easy to the legislators, rulers to change the constitution easily, so that whatever the original laws are there, they can be protected, so that the individual freedoms are also protected for some extent. This is the second point. And third one, constitutional incorporation. Incorporation means generally insertion. You know that rights are very important, especially fundamental rights are fundamentally required for the development of an individual. If such fundamental rights such of other legal rights are incorporated in the constitution, it is not possible to encroach. It is not possible to encroach or take away by the government and other public authorities, so that the people, individual, can enjoy more of the rights. So that only if fundamental rights and other rights are incorporated in the constitution, automatically such rights are safeguarded. In this way, if the rights are incorporated, they automatically protected. And the next aspect is the separation of powers. For the safeguard or protection of the rights, there shall be always separation of powers among the organs of the government. In our first lesson we discussed that, in our second lesson also we discussed that there are three organs of government are there. One is the legislature, other one is the executive, and the third one is the judiciary. If the powers are allocated or distributed evenly among these three organs, automatically that leads to the safeguards of the rights of the people. Because whenever one organ, for example legislature, try to interfere in the executive, it is going to check or stop the legislature. It may not allow to enter into its sphere. In this way, whenever all these three organs are separated, automatically there will be a 100% chance for the protection of the rights of people. So that always power should be separated among the organs of the government. At the same time, executive try to enter into the sphere of the judiciary. Judiciary will check or stop the executive. It limits its powers so that judiciary can work impartially, so that rights of the people are going to be safeguarded. It is another requirement for the protection of the rights of the people. And the next one is the decentralization of powers. Centralization means what? Concentration of powers in one organ or in one institution, that is nothing but calling as the centralization. That opposite, centralization opposite is decentralization. Powers may not be concentrated in single organ or in single institution or in the hands of the single person. They are to be decentralized. They are to be distributed in this way, so that one person may not hold the authority. He try to check the powers of other authority when he is going to abuse the laws and other things. In this way, when the powers are decentralized, there is a chance for the protection of the rights of people. You know that in our country there are powers are distributed among the central government, state government and local self-governments also. Not all the powers are in the hands of central government or not in the hands of the state government. According to constitution, they are demarcated and distributed, so that they are function at their level subjectively, so that there is a full protection of rights of an individual. In this way, these are the safeguards of the rights of an individual. This topic is not completed. In our next video, we are going to discuss other safeguards which are there left in our syllabus. So, quietly listen this video and try to understand. Whenever you get any doubt, simply post it through WhatsApp. I will give you the clarifications. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.